Hi guys, I'm Nabil. I'm with FAS. I'm actually head of competitions and development there. So we have a team of four people at FAS that focuses on competitions and development in Selangor. Yeah.
Perfect.
So for the viewers out there who don't know what Selangor football do actually, so they are practically a platform to unify. They engage with all sort of levels of football leagues across the state, and they have quite a amount of followers across their social media. They have around 61K followers, and even like they have a 150,000 accumulated audience for the live stream throughout the league that they're conducting. So that's quite a major number out there that we can see. So yeah, back to our first question just now. How are you guys doing so far? How is your team coping with everything?
Right. So since the announcement and the MCO, I think things have been a bit slow especially for our department, the competitions, because where we operate is always on the field, and once the announcement was made, our FAS immediately announced to all the staffs to work from home. So right now everybody working from home, but I think it's different for different departments. I think the marketing and sponsorship team are still doing their work, but for us, leagues are all suspended immediately. About four divisions that are running under FAS. About 80 plus teams are involved. Even all our plans. So we've already had 1 year plan, but at the moment it's slow. But the team is working on replanning, rescheduling everything, not just this year, or next year as well, and to 2021, 2022.
Right. Because looking at how things are going now, like everything will be pushed back months backwards, right? So it's definitely I know your team is taking it positively in a way that you guys are using this time to prep a contingency plan. So do you want to walk us through the decision to suspend? After the decision of after the announcement has been made to suspend all the leagues, and what was some of the things that you had to consider majorly before you have to comply to the mandate by the ministry?
Well, one thing maybe people would need to know is for league organizers, the words postponement it's not something I really like to hear. It's something we try to avoid every time when the discussion comes up, because it involves a lot of additional costs, managing stakeholders, sponsors, etc., the players. So the coordination will increase when it comes to postponement. But in this case, I think it was easy personally for me to decide to suspend our leagues, because the issue around coronavirus and COVID-19 was only pandemic and going global around the world, and we were already looking at the countries suspending their programs. I think before we announced, I think NBA, all the leagues, all the big leagues has already stopped. So we could already forecasted what would happen here. So when came to the table to discuss with our stakeholders, our higher management, it was easy for me to suggest, because between our players' lives, or whether we need to run the league again. So I think we knew that we had some time to actually shift the league towards the end of the year. We already planned, so that was the decision we made. Yeah.
I think we are very well aware the situation happened not because of internal issues, right? From our end, it's rather a global issue in the first place. So we're just hoping for a mutual agreement coming from all sides, because as how you mentioned, the organizer has to deal with different stakeholders on the ground, the field operators, and especially when you want to work with the calendar, right, throughout the whole year, the dates and everything. So because it's quite expected. It's probably easier to deal when it comes to a global issue like this, right? But I just want to ask, like, when you deal with, were there any conflicting reactions coming from participants? Because you're dealing with a league that has a number of teams, right? That I
Mm.
understand that everyone is obligated to comply to the ministry mandate, but were you, did you have to deal with, people's different reactions, as some of them were questioning you as a league organizer or anything?
Um, I surprisingly there were not much issues or questions from all our participants. I think it was quickly agreed mutually because
Mm-hmm.
I guess with the media and everything, people already felt some fear if even before the announcement was made by our government to
Yeah.
stop major gatherings. So I think people were already concerned. Although we know we are at that stage we were not as bad as any other country, but I think people already agreed quite quickly lah, with the decision. So it was easier for us to inform them
Yeah.
and just tell them to hang tight and wait for our new announcements and plannings.
That's true. That's true. So now, like, expecting that, hoping actually that the situation will tone down as day goes by, and were you? I'm pretty sure you are prepping, whether you want to go for, like a normal comeback once the situation is over. So, for example, what I'm trying to ask is, um, were you expecting, or do you think your participants, or everyday athletes in general, will be hesitant to return to the field once this thing is over, or would do you think that they would take their own buffer time, we call it buffer period, for them to
Mm.
actually like come back and play as usual? Because this virus is very sensitive. It involves a lot with physical contact and everything. What do you think? What's your take on that?
Um, yeah, I think I can't speak for everyone, but I think there will be a mixture of people who might be confident after. I think right now we are trusting the frontliners to do the
Yeah.
work to help contain this issue, and there might be a mix of people that might be still concerned and maybe still a bit afraid to engage in activities. Even right now, when I'm going out to get groceries and stuff, bumped into someone, you kind of get freaked out a bit. But yeah, I mean, right now, media plays a role to help control the yeah, I would say the atmosphere among the people and players. I think it will be a mixture. But what we need to do right now is trust the frontliners to do the work, and we follow whatever the ministry has put in terms of guidelines and everything, and give confidence to our participants how we want to lead.
So,
Okay. Let me give. Sorry,
sorry,
Han.
no, sorry, Nabil. So, do you think now during this MCO and we're going out to get groceries and all that, do you think we should all be carrying around red cards and yellow cards in case there's sexual contact out there in public? Is that the solution?
I think that'll make things more fun. Sure.
I think you should do that. I think you should film that. That will go viral.
Okay, you know what? I'm thinking of a situation in my head. Okay, for example, okay, let's think of it this way. This situation has calmed down, and ministry has given us assurance that we are able to resume our life back to normal mode.
Right.
Now, that situation where you, as a league organizer, that you have to start giving new dates for the leagues to resume, right, to your participants. Would you want to consider, let's say, when that situation happens and some of the participants are like, okay, I get it, ministry said it's okay for us to, you know, living our life normally again, but I don't think that we should, I don't think my team should start playing right away. So would you consider opinions from your participants to come up with new dates, or would you just tell them like, hey, like, how do you want to go about on that?
Yeah, definitely. We need to take into consideration what the our players or the participants
Mm,
think, because they are definitely the main stakeholders in our leagues. For us, a community league, a state
yeah.
league, we're not the mainstream leagues or commercial leagues out there who might be bounded by shareholders or broadcasting rights or whatever. So our goal is to service community football. So that's what they think is crucial for us. And if a majority believe that we need more time, or they're still not comfortable with the situation, we will definitely take that into consideration. Yeah.
So that's the approach that Football Selangor is taking when it comes to yeah. I think that's you guys took into account that it's a social league, right? Can I say it's a social league, right, in the first place? So I totally understand. Or probably do you want to consider like, hey guys, like you want to do your job, you want to play a role in ensuring your participants. One. Second, you would probably convince them further by saying that we're gonna take into account all these extra precautions that we can take. So maybe that too.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Whatever the guidelines that the ministry or FAM puts out for us to continue after this goes down, we will definitely follow those guidelines. We even just before the government announced about the shutdown, um, we already prepared just in case we had to proceed for that weekend with all our thermometers and all our uh, sanitized hand sanitizer and everything. So making sure we have a safe environment lah, when we want to play. So whatever the guidelines that we need to follow, we will do it 100%. Yeah.
That's true, because I totally understand how footballers feel, right? For people who are active in sport, I mean, people, they just can't wait to start playing again. But at the same time, we are torn between, like taking care of our well-being and healthy first before we want to resume back to that.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
on that note, what advice do you have for your participants and any everyday athletes around Malaysia, or in fact around the world, who are stuck in their homes, itching to move around, and they just any general advice you want to share with the audience out there?
Yeah, I mean, right now, um, the issue is much. It's much bigger than football. It's much bigger than
That's true.
individuals. It's about everybody else. As much as we love the game, but I think at our level, community level, um, once this dies down, everything is back to normal. We have the confidence to do everything. I'm the community moves the leagues, so we're not bounded to anything else. So once everything is comfortable, we can definitely put together the league and the ecosystem back. So I guess people will just need to follow all the guidelines that have been put out. Stay at home. It's not just about us anymore. Not just about yourself. It's about other people that we might infect. So yeah.
Nabil, I've got a couple of questions for you as well, Nabil.
Sure.
So with the MCO and everything now in limbo, right? Is FAS looking to do something like I don't know, like you saw this home workout challenges. Were you guys doing a similar thing for your audiences, or is there any plans in the works for that?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I think that's our biggest strength right now as a football association, and we've got all the players, all the athletes that we have, which can become an example. So right now we're using our platform, our FS platform, social medias. We have a big following. Yeah, so I think the players have started all the stay-at-home challenges. So yeah,
Yeah,
definitely the media team are working on it.
I see Brandon Gunn doing it on his Instagram. He actually talked to one of your players, Shivan from Selangor too. So he
Oh,
did
okay,
share
cool.
with us what's FAS plan with the players, because now they have to work from home and it's a very different working nature for them. But
Yeah.
it's nice to know that once the announcement was made on Wednesday, on Tuesday night, on Wednesday itself, FAS gave out a training plan at home for the players to follow right away. So I think that's a very, you guys don't wait to the very last minute, and like the players kind of know, like, okay, we have to stay home and just, we're still working. Because I think that's they're still fulfilling their duty as a professional footballer. And actually, I just have to give shout out to Shivan because I like how he worded his inputs on it. This is what I just like to say that one of the messages that he shared with us is okay, to all footballers out there or to any athletes out there, like even though the CMO is in enforcement right now, please do not think that your work stops there and then. Like there's always room for progress, always create beneficially for you because you're still working for your team, you're still doing it for yourself and everything. I think that's a really professional, something very professional coming from a footballer at yes. I'm glad that our local footballers have that kind of mentality because whatever they say, whatever they advocate, that is going to be channeled to the sports committee, right? So whatever sports you play,
Definitely.
have the same mentality. So, okay, to wrap it up, any thoughts or questions you would like to post our community so they can engage or interact with you later on?
Oh, I don't think I have any questions, but maybe we look forward we will look forward to after all this all this has gone down. How can we work together again to actually activate or make it bring back our football ecosystem? I mean that's the concern.
Perfect.
Really helpful because I hope, I think, following the advice that you gave us just now, I hope everyone in the sports industry or community is on the same page. In order for us to reactivate our lifestyle on football or sports, we have to come together first and do what needs to be done by staying at home. What could be easier than that, right?
Bill, just a thank you from our side to your side. Everything that you do in the community, in the space. I think we've looked at FAS now for a year plus, just following how you guys do things and the competition you guys put out. Before all this going on, just commend you guys really for a great job. Like we talked about your website now, so I think just on behalf of our team and what we're trying to do as far as covering the amateur scene and the industry here. I mean, you guys do such a great job. So thank you for that and inspiring our community.
Thank you so much, guys. We're looking forward to have more collaborations with Huddle as well in the future.
One more, Nabil. One more before you go. So I know that you mentioned just now that the leagues may be postponed and stuff like that. This is my turn to get an expose, like the ESPN news and stuff. They got the news that Olympics is going to postpone to 2021. Can I ask from the horse's mouth itself, what's going to happen to Selangor Champions League 2020 edition? Is it going to postpone? Is it what's the plan in the works for SCL?
Right. We had the discussion already this week regarding Selangor Champions League. Obviously, people know we start the season in September, but playoffs round, qualifying rounds all happen before that. So a lot of the other league organizers can't really continue to finish their leagues. So what we're doing right now is, depending on the situation as well, how bad or how it will recover. If things gets better soon, then there is a possibility that SCL will continue, Selangor Champions League will continue as scheduled in September. But the playoffs round may be different. So that one we're still discussing internally how we want to manage that. But of course, we don't know what will happen. Hopefully, it doesn't get worse or too bad. But if it does, then there's always an option to postpone to next year. I mean, it is a viable option to consider.
Right. Okay, so again, if you need any information on the playoffs, SCL playoff stuff, remember stay tuned to FAS Facebook page. Football Selangor's Facebook page. They have an Instagram account as well. We'll put it up in the description. And I think that's it. Yeah. Thank you for coming on this interview with us.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Nabil.
See you.
See you.